how do we make a basic sentence in English? Join me as we look at the structure and the different types of sentences that we have. Hello, welcome back to English Speaking with Koliswa. So if you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. So let us get started. So let us start by talking about what a sentence is. So when we are making a sentence, what we do is we take a group of words and we put them together to help us express what we want to say or to help us complete a thought. Okay, so what is the basic structure of a sentence? What do we usually have when we are talking about a sentence? So number one, a sentence usually has a capital letter. So usually at the beginning of the sentence, you are going to have a capital letter. At the end of that sentence, you are going to have a full stop. So here is our full stop. Another type of sentence is a question. So that is going to have a question mark. And then another type of question is when you end your sentence with an exclamation mark. So what does that tell us? So it tells us that you are expressing excitement or you are exclaiming. So either you are telling that you are showing excitement or giving a warning. So let us look at how these sentences differ. Okay, so the first one, we said it ends with a full stop. So remember, our capital letter at the beginning, and then maybe let's say we are talking about our love for something. So we can say, I love cupcakes. So that is our example. So at the end, what do? We put a full stop. So I love cakes. We put a full stop at the end because we are declaring something. Okay, that's why we use the full stop. We are declaring something. So this is a fact or it's our opinion. So that is why we ended with the full stop, because it's just a normal statement. Our second type of sentence is the one that ends with a question mark. Okay, so for example, in this case, remember again, we start with our capital letter. So maybe we can say, do you like cupcakes? What do we end this with? A question mark. Do you like cupcakes? So for example, we are asking something. So it's an interrogative sentence because it asks a question. We ended with a question mark. And the last one, remember again, capital letter. So for example, we say, watch out for let's say, watch out for the car. So remember, we said it was to show excitement or to give warning. So we would say it like this: oh, watch out for that car, or watch out for the car. Maybe there is a car that is coming and our friend or the person who we are talking with doesn't see the car. So we would say, watch out for the car. So again, we have the exclamation. So full stop, question mark, and exclamation. All right, so what is the basic structure of a sentence? So what is our basic structure? So when we have a sentence, okay, we have our subject. Okay, so our subject tells us who the sentence is about or what the sentence is about. That is our subject. Okay, and then our verb. So what does our verb tell us? So the verb, remember, a verb is a doing word. Okay, doing word. So it tells us the action in the sentence. It tells us the action in the sentence, whereas the subject tells us who or what the sentence is about. Okay, so they both tell us two different things. And then lastly, we have our object or complement. So what does that tell us? Okay, so an object or a complement, for example, this tells us, it gives us more information about the verb. Okay, so for example, it gives us more information about the action in the sentence. Okay, so for example, gives us more information about the verb. Okay, gives us more information about the verb. Okay, so now when we are writing a sentence, an object is optional, so our sentence can either have an object or it doesn't. So it's up to you, the person who is writing the sentence, to either have it or not have it. Okay, so those are the three things that we need in our sentence. So that is the structure. So the subject, the verb, and the object. But the object is optional. You can use it or you don't have to. Okay, let us look at the examples. Our first example, she sings. So what does it have? It has the subject and the verb. So the subject is she, the person. So the person, the sentence is about. So that is our subject. And then we have our verb. So we have our verb, which is going to be the action. Okay, so it's going to be the action. In this case, the action is sings. Okay, so this tells us what she is doing. So this tells us what she is doing. Now this doesn't have an object. This sentence doesn't have an object. So let's go to our next one that does. So Tom eats an apple. So Tom is our subject, is, okay, and eats is our verb because it's the action that he is doing in the sentence. And then in this case, we have the object, which in this case is the apple. Okay, so in this case, the object is the apple. So the verb, okay, let's say the verb eats tells us that Tom, the subject, is eating, right? The object tells us what he is eating. In this case, the apple. So in this case, the apple. So the apple becomes our object, which tells us what Tom is eating. All right, let us go to our next sentence. The sky is blue. Okay, so what does this tell us? Okay, so the sky is blue. So we have the sky, which is the subject. So the sky is the subject, and in this case our verb is going to be is, right? And then blue is going to be our object. But in this case, our object being blue, it's not the same as previously where it was a thing. So in this case, blue is the complement. It tells us, so it tells us how the sky is. So that is why blue is our complement. Let's look at a quick exercise just to see if everyone got it. So identify the parts of the sentence. So the first sentence, let's highlight as we find. Okay, So the subject is our cat, and then verb is sleeps, and then our object is the sofa. So let's do the next 4 sentences. I'm going to give you a second to do it on your own, and then I'm going to give the answers. Number 2, Sarah likes ice cream. Okay, our subject is Sarah, our verb is likes, and our object is ice cream. If you got that right, let us move on to our next word. Our next question. Question 3. So we is the subject, are is the verb, and very happy is the object. The next one, my brother plays football. Yes, so my brother is subject, plays is our verb, and football is our object. And the last one, the sun is shining. The sun, subject, is object, verb, and shining is object. So let us leave it here for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful. I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.